What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. You know, they look very similar, but I want to look at the OnyxCoin BTC chart real quick before we continue on. Maybe, just maybe, the XCN BTC chart is trying to tell us something. It's been trying to tell us something all along. Perhaps we are not ready to continue moving higher. Not that that means that we have to move lower in the USD price, but maybe that we're just not ready to move higher until we get some kind of double bottom off of this area here, right? Or perhaps even a lower low. That could happen as well. I don't anticipate that personally. But, and how great is it, right? XCN, if you're bearish on XCN, just understand too, you guys, that since March 31st, since April 7th, since that low, we are still actually above that low, which means if you bought Bitcoin back on April 7th of this year, or you bought XCN, which I'm pretty sure Bitcoin back on April 7th, wasn't that whenever it was at like 70K? April, yeah, it was whenever it was at 74K. If you bought Bitcoin back then, or you bought XCN, you'd actually still have more capital in regards to US dollars with XCN than you would with Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin's at new all-time highs and XCN is not. But with that being said, XCNBTC, wouldn't be surprised if we came down and we found a double bottom, something like that. It is possible that we take out that low and that we actually see a lower low, something like that. And then once we get that, that should be when the XCN US dollar price is ready to rumble. So the price XCN BTC coming down does not mean that the USD pair XCN USD has to come down. That's not what that means. Maybe Bitcoin just pumps, sees new all-time highs first, continues to rally, and then after it consolidates, XCN has time to catch up, and it will catch up. It'll likely break out from there, right? We're in this massively large consolidation phase that's been forming since the beginning of this year, January, or I guess the end of the month of January there. If we're looking at this in another sense, I just want to see what these indicators here, what are we doing? We do have bullish divergence on the weekly MACD. We don't have bullish divergence on the RSI, but overall the weekly RSI is very bullish. It's actually absurdly bullish. Getting overbought, not really getting oversold. From here to there, you could come down. Look at that. Again, suggesting that we go a little bit lower. Maybe this is the key to when the USD chart will bounce. And the stochastics are bearish, so we're not really going to get much off of that. But let's look at the daily time frame and see if we can get a little bit more of a close-up in this. Bullish divergence on the MACD, bullish divergence on the stochastics. I don't like the RSI. The RSI doesn't look good, but you're near an area that you've bounced from before at least, right? It's not that I don't like the RSI. Overall, it's very volatile. It's not really bullish or bearish, but just momentarily right now, I would say that it is bearish. Looking at this is what I wanted to do here. I wanted to take a low to a high. All right, yeah, a little bit lower. Look at that. Wouldn't you be surprised to find that the 1272 to the 1618 right here is basically right in this area, this low area here. So I would assume once we interact with this zone, that's that for XCN versus BTC going lower, and that's probably that for the US dollar price as well going lower. And at that point, again, we can reach this. XCN to Bitcoin can go here. Let's see. We're at 1.36 cents now. You could go down here and not even break below 1.3 cents, right? It's all about the Bitcoin price. If Bitcoin goes up and XCN's chilling, then okay, yeah, you're going to go just a little bit lower on here. And then once we do that, we'll have our double bottom overall. This kind of maybe like giant W shape here with the high from back at the end of January there. And then we will continue to skyrocket and see some phenomenal prices with the US dollar and the Bitcoin pairs here. I want to look at the 1 hour and the 4 hour real quick. Just a quick look, and then we'll get into the USD pair. Looking like you want to go lower. Well, you might find a little support. I don't know. I think you'll go a little bit lower. Yeah. Okay, anyways. USD. XCN USD here. Let's get it on Coinbase. Sure, we have some volume there. I do want to check out Bitcoin real quick on the 15-minute time frame. Let's just see which way she's going. I want to say it's going to move up. It's the beginning of a new day, but it's just like if you were to do it, wouldn't you have done it already? I don't know. I mean, really what you're doing is you're just getting higher highs in the RSI and you're getting lower highs in the price. I guess you're getting higher highs here. I don't know. I'm curious to see what we could do maybe with Bitcoin is we like flush down, we see a higher low or a double bottom, something like that, and then we come up to about this area, and then we come down. We're on the 15-minute time frame. I am expecting a little bit of a move up to about 120K, 121K, and then down, something like that, okay? But maybe first we actually do like a double bottom relative to this, get those little bear horns on, and then we move up. Anyways, back to XCN. 1 hour time frame here suggestive that we go lower, right? If this 1 hour closes bearish, if it closes red, which I think we might. Let's see. I don't know. 53 minutes left. Okay, I thought that we were still at 6 o'clock. No, so maybe not. Maybe we don't. Maybe we are. Ooh, that's a good look then. Yeah, okay, so if this closes red, we'll go lower because we're rejecting after getting out of the oversold zone, and that's not a good look. But if we can close this 1 hour green, that actually would be good. Maybe we do come up a little bit back to like 1.4 cents, a little bit, and then still go lower. I wouldn't be surprised if we went lower. 1.35 cents is the low right now. I'm thinking 1.32 to 1.2 cents itself is where we'll be, but that's close enough. We don't have to go lower. MACD looks like it wants to build more. Stochastics are getting a little bit of a break, but it's more bearish than bullish overall. Same thing with the RSI, so I do think we go lower. Get a little bit lower, form some more bullish divergence on the MACD, stochastics, and the RSI, and then we can recover, okay? 4 hour time frame here. But again, not to be confusing, extra confusing, but what I think is going to happen is we move up first, 1.4 cents, then we go lower. Whenever I say we go a little bit lower to form that divergence, that after we move up a little bit first. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. 4 hour time frame here, bouncing off the oversold zone. Hey, that's not a bad look, you guys. I don't know, man. With that does beg the question, is this the low, actually? It really does beg the question. MACD crossing below the zero, not the best look, but the MACD is less reliable when we're moving sideways, and we are moving sideways. Stochastics could be coming up. I don't know. Let's see how today goes, you guys. By the time I make my next XCN video, we really could be bullish. This could be the low. I'm not calling for it yet, but it could be the low. I wouldn't be too surprised, but I'm not calling for it yet. Bullish divergence on the MACD. Let's see how today goes, man. I might not make a video in the morning like I normally do. Maybe I'll save the video for the end of the day just to get a fine, like a actual answer, a convincing answer. We're either going to find the low tomorrow, or slash today, sorry, or we've already found it and we'll validate that we found it by the end of today, one way or another. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. We've got higher prices in mind. Soon enough, we'll get there. 26 to 32 cents. It's coming. It's coming. We just got to be patient. Load up the truck while you can and buy the dip. Don't panic sell if we drop lower. It's okay. Buy the dip. Bye-bye.